Welcome to the Dollars and Cents Podcast with Wes the Economist and Jonathan the Conspiracy Theorist, coming to you live from the Wave Beach Realty Studios in North Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. Call us today at 843-957-3872.
Happy New Year, and as we get the year started, let's get your financial picture in focus by getting a budget and getting those spending habits looked at. Reach out to me at coachwestc@gmail.com and we'll get you off to a good start.
Are you looking to buy a home in North or South Carolina? You need to reach out to Wave Beach Realty today. We are a family-owned company with over 10 years of experience in North and South Carolina and operate along the Grand Strand. Give us a call today at 843-957-3872. That's 843-957-3872.
This segment brought to you by Eisenhower Dental. Reach out to them at 843-234-3110.
All right, guys, welcome back into our newest episode of the Dollars and Cents Podcast with Wes the Economist and Jonathan the Conspiracy Theorist. We are back for our 32nd installment, and today we are talking about the confirmation/hearings.
Yeah, the hearings have been going on. I don't think anybody's getting confirmed. That's the time we take this.
Right.
So by the time this airs, we'll probably have some.
Yeah.
Well, I hope so.
Hopefully.
By the Friday this airs, it should have been a whole week of 5 days of Trump's presidency.
Yep.
Which I hope everything went good on Inauguration Day.
Yeah, I know. I'm still fingers crossed for
something happens. I guess if something happens Monday, we'll have to...
I won't be surprised.
We'll get online and have to do something.
We'll have to do something live.
We'll have to preempt it.
Have to do a YouTube live or something, yeah.
But they've been going on all week, but they were hoping for votes Thursday and Friday, and I didn't see where any votes came about. So
I was out of town,
delay tactics after delay tactics that just keep trying to make sure none of this gets run through.
Right.
Do you think the Democrats realize they lost? It's like
I think, I don't know what their tactic. I mean, sometimes I can understand that they're just grind balls, and then sometimes I'm just like, what are they thinking now? It's just, I don't know.
I don't know if you saw this video of Schiff in I think this was Pam Bondi's hearing. He gave her a hard time. She made him eat his lunch. I mean, she called him out. He was saying something, and she goes, "That's exactly why you got censored by the House, by Congress."
Yeah, he's napping,
and he's sleeping in her hearing.
Love it.
She did a good job there. I don't know. You said you didn't see much of it.
I didn't get to see that.
But she was on top of her game. She was not pushed back. I mean, she was not intimidated.
Good.
She basically, one time she told him, "Look, I don't have to come here and say anything.
Right.
I'm not going to say anything to get this position. I am what I am.
Right.
And I'm going to do what I'm supposed to do." Which at this point looks like she's got it. The Democrats can't stop it. They can delay, but they cannot stop her confirmation. I think she's gonna be a good one.
Yeah.
Hecksmith started it out. So funny. I don't know if you saw the thing about his tattoo.
I heard about it.
You've heard about it before, I'm sure.
I think they were actually talking about it on Rogan the other day about it. He had some tattoo.
He's got a Jerusalem cross tattooed. Right. And he was supposed to be, 4 years ago, he was supposed to go with his National Guard or his Army Reserve unit to Washington to help. Mm-hmm. And he literally was taken off the detail because of that tattoo.
So stupid.
They said it was a white supremacist symbol. Mm. Well, guess what was the front of the Jimmy Carter's funeral
Jerusalem flag
program?
Right? Yeah.
The Jerusalem cross, the same exact one that's on his chest. And it's like, okay, if this doesn't show the hypocrisy, I don't know what else can.
It's just a game.
But he didn't back down. All of his nominees this week, none of them backed down.
Right.
They went right back at him, and they had so many. What was so funny too, they just kind of sat there sometimes and smirked.
Yeah.
It's like, y'all can do what you want.
Yeah, it's over.
It's done.
Yeah.
You're not gonna stop.
It's a wrap, baby.
Hecksmith's got the votes. What I hear, he's got the votes. They have not put Kennedy up yet, which. What Hecksmith did to him, I can't imagine what Kennedy's going to do to him.
Yeah.
Kash Patel hasn't been put up yet. So that one, those two, they're still trying to stop.
Yeah.
But it said, let's see, what was the one I saw a second ago? Yes, Pam Bondi's called out Adam Smith during her confirmation hearing. "I'm not going to mislead this body, nor you," she said. "You were censored by Congress for comments like these."
I love it. I mean,
and the whole week was something like that. Besant, who is he being confirmed for? I can't remember. There's so many positions up. I just can't remember what's what. But he was put up, and he got Bernie Sanders. Bernie Sanders was talking about this clip you want to talk about.
Yeah.
But he's talking about oligarchy. I don't have it set where I can actually play it on for us to capture it. But he told Bernie Sanders off.
Yeah. Yeah, I did
talking
see
about
that.
oligarchy.
Yeah.
Oligarchy.
Yeah. So what was funny is like one, it was like they were like, "Oh, Biden's warning of this." They're like, "Okay, one, Biden didn't write that speech. He doesn't even know what an oligarchy is at this point. He probably thought they were talking about Olive Garden. Like he doesn't. Biden is completely senile. Stop putting that man up in front of people and letting him speak. You know damn well he doesn't know what he's talking about. You're writing his speeches. He's brain dead almost. Let that man. He's corrupted enough his whole life and got away with it. Let the man go enjoy the rest of his life somewhere. Leave him alone."
Yeah.
So exactly what they were creating was an oligarchy. This whole party that they've created with the corruption and everything, and George Soros and all these people and the Clintons.
And they give him the Medal of Honor.
That's an oligarchy. Yeah. Medal of Freedom, whatever
Medal
it was.
Of Freedom.
Medal of Honor. Oh, yeah, they probably gave him a Medal of Honor for not even serving in war, too. They probably gave him that, too.
That may be true, but you're right. Medal of Freedom.
Yeah, so what a total joke. And so then Trump comes in and he's putting people around him that aren't even necessarily all Republican, and now it's an oligarchy. It's like, shut up.
Yeah, Elon Musk, I mean, he may be behind Trump, but he's not
a Republican.
No. Tulsi Gabbard. I mean, I know she switched Republican Party.
But she is very libertarian.
Yeah.
RFK. Democrat his whole life, not a Republican bone in his body.
And this is going back to what you said on Wednesday about him being careful. And you've noticed he said, "Okay, I'm giving you this part, but leave the petroleum alone. I want to hear about it."
Yeah.
But that's what Trump does. He picks people who are good at what they do.
Right. Yeah. And RFK, like, you know, he's very about protecting the environment. He spent a lot of his career cleaning up. I can't remember which river it was. The Hudson, maybe. That was really bad off. One of the rivers, and he did a lot of... I think so. Anyway, there was one river that was really bad off. He helped clean it up and did a lot of litigation to help get it, the pollutants out of the water and stuff, which is great. Yeah. You shouldn't just be, polluting the water with no type of, regard for the plant and animal life around it. I totally understand that. But when it comes to oil, it's like, hey, we need oil. We're going to drill for petroleum. Leave that alone. But some of these other things that he wants to fight, I'm all for it. Go ahead, knock him out. And so I look forward to. I will definitely watch his confirmation hearing.
I want to see his and Cash Patel's.
Yeah, that one will be good too. That one will be good too, man. That one will be good too. I'm excited for some of this. And like I said, I'm more excited for the cabinet and some of the things they can make happen over just Trump. Trump is just the. What do you call it? There's a word I'm looking for, but he is just the conduit for which they're all running through. That's another word I could use. That's not what I was thinking of, but that works. He's just the front runner that they can all get behind to get into where they need to be. So the powerhouse that just takes the brunt of all the BS, so everybody can get into where they need and start making change. Yeah. So I'm excited for it. I hope they don't prove me. I hope they prove me right for being excited and optimistic, and they don't mess up. I know there's going to be some hiccups along the way, but
and I'm sure all these he puts in, all of them not going to last 4 years. There's going to be changes.
Yep.
But I think he again is trying to put people where they can do the most good.
Yeah. Yep.
And I wish I could remember some of these other. I mean, there's been so many sound bites from these hearings that people just that have made the senators just look foolish.
Yeah.
I mean, for the stuff they said. I'm trying to remember when Senator Warren did. With, I think it was Hecksmith. Hecksmith. I'm going to say his name all the time, but he made her look like she had no clue what was going on.
Yeah, she's a joke anyway.
Yeah.
She posts stuff on X all the time. She was like complaining about something the other day about like the oligarchy and like all the rich people getting in and all this. So I was like, why don't you teach me how to insider trade? I always comment on her stuff and ask her to teach me how to insider trade. I'm surprised she hasn't blocked me yet, because I comment on her post all the time. Like, hey, can you teach me how to insider trade? Can you tell me what stock picks this week?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's
Pocahontas. Can you help me?
Verse color, Pocahontas.
Yeah, something I don't know. It's they're funny though. They're annoyed. He's definitely stirred up the anthill now. They're upset, but. Hopefully by the next time we're talking about this, we'll have some actual confirmations that we can talk about and rejoice. Right now, it's just a delay game. Until
it is. Charlie Kirk posted here. He said, I just lost it. Where's it at? 3 days ago, 3 of Trump's cabinet picks, Noam, Burgum and Gabbard have all had their confirmation hearings postponed due to paperwork issues.
Yeah, okay, paperwork issues.
They blame both FBI background checks, delays of the failure of the Office of Government Ethics to complete their reviews. So, Tulsi Gabbard's been in the House. Hers should be done already.
You're telling me they haven't had any background checks on her before?
Kristi Noem and Doug Burgum, both the governors. You'll tell me they haven't made background checks. I mean,
it's just a joke. They'll make up anything, and they're not. They are so like good at just lying that now it actually are becoming bad at lying because they're so used to lying and people just listening that now their excuse is everybody's like, that doesn't make any sense, and they're starting to finally call them out. So they're actually becoming worse at lying. Yeah. The more they lie, they're actually getting worse at it now because they did it so in the open, and now people will see it, and so now they're going to have to button that up a little bit.
And I'm looking through all the ones that didn't even get. Like I said, I thought they were going to vote on Rubio. His went fine. I mean, Rubio used to be such one of the fire activists. Kind of the ground roots. Back in 2016 when he ran, kind of one of the Tea Party kind of flavor. Yeah. It's like he's turned establishment. Yeah. And so I'm still curious why Trump chose him. I don't really know unless he was making room for somebody. But
I don't know.
I know DeSantis picked his replacement, Ashley, I can't remember her name, Alice Moody, I can't remember. But she was actually also the AG in Florida. So he's taking a position there. I know... They picked J.D. Vance's placement in Ohio, and Trump was pushing for Vivek Ramaswamy to get it, and they gave it to the lieutenant governor to become a senator. Okay. So guess who's running for governor of Ohio next go around?
Who?
Vivek.
Is he?
Yeah,
nice.
He announced right after it was announced who was replacing it. He announced he was running for governor.
Love that.
So
that's funny.
So, that what I want to do?
So will he still be on the government efficiency committee?
I don't see why not. Yeah. I mean, that's not a government committee. It's a separate entity.
Right.
So I had that discussion in class several times this week because everybody's like, well, how do these billionaires get to be part of the government? They're actually not part of the government, and they have no power. They cannot.
Right. Yeah. They can't do anything.
They cannot make the government do anything. They can only
lobby,
say, hey, this is what we see, this is what you should do, and even then Trump can't do anything about it.
Right.
The House has put so many stipulations on funding that basically the president, this is one of my issues, the president doesn't have much legal room to deny funding in some instances.
Right.
Whereas it's supposed to be they passed the budget for what this is in the budget for this. Then it goes to the executive branch, and they're supposed to execute it. Yeah. And that means if Trump can do it for $1 trillion less, he should do it for $1 trillion less. Right. But they put so many stipulations on so many different spending things that the administrative branch can't do anything with it, which is just crazy.
It is crazy.
Eisenhower Dental, located at 107 Waccamaw Medical Park Drive in Conway, a place where you can find all your dental services, including general dentistry, cosmetic, restorative, and pediatric dentistry. Reach out to them today at their website, eisenhowerdental.com, or call them at 843-234-3110, 843-234-3110, and tell them Wes the Economist sent you.
Are you looking to buy a property in North or South Carolina and need financing assistance? Give Motto Mortgage Coastal Pros a call today. We specialize in residential loans in both North and South Carolina and can meet all your residential home loan needs. Give us a call today at 843-957-3872. That's 843-957-3872.
If you like the economics part of the show, then check out my podcast, Econ Sense. You can find it on Spotify or on Apple Podcasts.
You're listening to the Dollars and Cents Radio Show with Jonathan Edmond and Wes the Economist. Don't forget to send us your topics and feedback at dollarscentsgs@gmail.com. This segment is sponsored by Bobby Clary State Farm. Call 843-438-6000. Bobby Clary State Farm, here to help life go right.
So I would like to see that turned around, and I think it gets back to the House, and I hope through all this is what starts to happen, especially since we have the House and the Senate. I think the House and the Senate need to go back to what they're supposed to be doing, and that is making the laws. Yeah. Not dictating laws to give regulatory commissions the power to basically make laws. Right. Because a lot of this stuff we talk about as the law of the land is just regulations that some bureaucrats put out. Yeah. And that's not how it's supposed to run. No. And I hope, that's what's so key about these confirmation hearings. These people are being put in top, but we've talked about this before. he's put all these people at the top, but they've already got a list of people they're going to replace in each agency.
Right.
Now, right on down, and that's what everybody's scared of.
Yeah.
And that's why Biden has been doing everything he can to make sure Trump can't do what he wants to do.
Right.
Did you see we pardoned 2,500 more? No, commuted 2,500 more sentences. He's pardoned more and commuted more than any president in history. Like you said, he has no idea what he's doing.
No, it's not him doing anything.
Nope.
He's the best president to have if you're a Democrat, because if you're in power, because he's just a little puppet, and you're like, all right, we're going to do this, this, and this. Throw Biden out there on stage to say some stupid shit, and then we're going to keep on rolling. And it's just like he's just a little sock puppet. And it's sad, actually.
He really is.
They don't care.
No, they don't care anymore. I mean, they don't even try to hide most of it anymore.
No, and now they're just like, all right, well, he's done. Let him die.
Yeah, we're done with you.
Yeah, we're done. You'll never hear another word about him.
No, and I've never liked Biden.
I mean, I don't like him now.
I've never liked him, and even now I have trouble feeling sorry for him because it is
only to an extent. Yeah, yeah, it's a very, very small extent.
If you compared to Biden 15, 20 years ago to the Biden today, and I keep seeing all these pictures. Look, these are two different men. This is not the same guy. Body replacement. What I tell other people to do: go get a picture of your mother and daddy when they were in their 20s, one in their 50s, one in their 70s. Yeah. They don't look like the same people either.
Yeah, exactly.
Things change.
Exactly.
Oh, ears don't change. I mean, look at the pictures.
Yeah.
When we do our conspiracy theory, which has got to be coming up here soon, right?
We got to do one soon. Yeah, I got to come up with something.
It's one of the things when I watch these flat earthers and some of these other people, I'm just looking at them like, really? Is your brain power? I mean, you're obviously a smart person because you do all this reading, but can you not connect?
Right, dots. Yeah. I am not. That is one of the conspiracy theories I will not discuss because I know that that's nowhere near.
No, we
true.
get a lot of pics if we talk about it. Get a lot of clicks, a lot of views, a lot of comments. I'm sure it'll go wow.
Oh yeah. I'm sure we get some hits on that.
Just to make it clear, the Earth is round.
Yes.
I don't know how you feel, but it's round.
I'm 100% sure.
Even God said in Isaiah it was a globe.
Yeah. And if you,
what's the big joke that God said something about the four corners of the earth and then made it round. So I have to look these verses up, but it's pretty funny. I got off track. What were we talking about? We're putting these people in charge. Again, 4 years is not enough time to change the culture and all of it, but if they can get in charge here in this first month and get all these other people replaced, we may see something turn, and it could set us on the road for something better. Yeah. I just hope people don't get feeling better the next 2 years and go back to the old ways of thinking.
Right.
I mean, L.A. going through what it's gone through, people are changing their mind about how they feel about politicians and what should be done, what these people appointed in positions should be doing. Like when they hire a fire chief or hire a police chief, and everything gets better over 2 years, and so you're feeling better, you're making money, and then you're just like, I really want things to be more diverse and be equitable.
Right.
So that's what I worry about.
Yeah, right. Yeah, because people get complacent. They're like, see, everything's better now, and then just go back to the old ways. Yeah, that's human nature. People are notorious for that. So
that Besant, he was in a confirmation hearing with I think he was talking Bernie Sanders, the one we just were looking at, he was talking to, and then he brought up something about the billionaires going on that same line. Yeah, and then he was like talking to Bernie Sanders, who did this also. He's like, well, let's talk about Biden. He's worked all his life in government, and he's rich. Yeah. Basically, I don't know what he said, but basically Musk, made something, did something. Vivek built a biotech company. What's the other billionaire? Oh, Trump, obviously. Yeah. And he's like, but Biden's been government all his life. How is he rich?
Right. Exactly. Yeah. It doesn't add up.
But they don't want to answer those questions. They just want to make everybody look bad.
Exactly.
And I've told you before, I respect Bernie Sanders. Because he will say what he thinks. Yeah. It's stupid as hell, but he will say what he thinks.
Yeah, he's out there, but he believes what he believes, and I know he's not just like making stuff up most of the time. But in his mind, he's not making it up.
Yeah, he's not making it up, but he is. I mean, he just doesn't see the world truly because he never worked. He's never had a job. Yeah. And he lived off his family for years, and then he became the mayor of a little city, and he thought, oh, this is an easy gravy train, and took it to the Senate. But most of these senators that do that have never run a business. Right. They wouldn't know how to come in and take care of stuff you take care of. Right. Oh yeah. They don't have any clue when they pass this stuff how it affects real life. Right. And what they need to understand, they need to take my economics class.
There
Or
you go.
watch Econ Sense.
Or watch Econ Sense. Nice little
Listen to
plug.
Econ Sense.
There you go. Listen to Econ Sense. He's got his own podcast that if you want to know anything economics, that's
Yep.
the guy.
Yeah, I get a lot of views, a lot of clicks. Yeah, nobody wants to learn about economics. How many have you listened to? Yeah, exactly. So, and this is the guy who listens to the podcast.
Yeah, well, listen, these days I can't even get through, like I'm in showing so much that I can't even get through the podcast that I want to listen. I haven't even been able to listen to the Zuckerberg podcast yet. There's like 4 that I need to have like lined up that I haven't listened to yet. So listen, I have to live in economics every day. I don't listen to anybody's podcast about economics in my defense. Man, calling me out on camera.
I think Econ Sense is more for my benefit than anybody else's because it just allows me to get stuff off my chest. Kind of like this one now. So I hadn't done as many
and
Econ
I feel like
Sense
people
lately.
can learn some stuff either way from it, though.
I haven't done a lot of Econ Sense lately because I get all my stuff off my chest here now.
There you go. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, we have plenty we can discuss on dollars and cents. So if there's something you need to go off your chest, we have a forum.
We got a forum now.
We have a forum,
and I have more people listening, which may not be a good thing, maybe a bad thing.
I guess we'll see. What time will tell.
Going through the list, I see a lot of these people. I don't even know who they are.
Yeah.
Like, I've heard of Lee Zeldin. I guess he's EPA, going to EPA. Christy Nome had her hearing this past week. Again, she made them look foolish.
Yeah.
Now again, I'm seeing the clips that people that I follow are putting out, so they're obviously going to do that. I'm sure the other side's got their own clips.
Yeah.
The point to me, though, what I've noticed across the board is he's picked people who are not, even though they may be politicians, they're not your normal politicians.
Yeah, and they don't stand down and just apply to go to the norm. They fight a little. They have a little fight in them.
Here I am. This is who I am. Like it or not.
Yep.
Vote for me or not.
Yep.
I think it was it Bondi that called one of the senators out. It said, you're the only senator who wouldn't meet with me. Right in front of everybody.
Yeah, I love that.
You questioned me, you talked to me, but you wouldn't talk to me ahead of time. Because they go around, all these nominees go around and talk to all the senators.
Yeah.
And she wouldn't meet with them.
That's funny.
So she would
call them right out.
Yeah, call them right out. And they did. They called them out a lot.
Yeah.
That's why I can't wait for Cash Patel.
Yeah.
Comes.
Oh, his will be fun. His will be real fun.
I have to tape his and watch it.
Yeah, right. Yeah, seriously. Yeah, that'll be a good one for sure.
And I think Robert Kennedy's will be good.
Yeah, I think so.
I think Robert Kennedy's, again, I'm not, we've talked about this, I don't agree with all his stances, but I got a feeling he's a lot smarter than a lot of people who would be questioning him.
Absolutely.
Especially Schiff.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Especially when it comes to anything related to food or drugs. He's going to tear him apart on that stuff. Yeah. I mean, he will. They'll be in circles trying to figure out how to combat that. I'm excited for that. That'll be fun.
Anybody else you're looking forward to?
Tulsi.
Oh yeah, she's got to come up too.
Tulsi.
They're trying their best to make her out to be a Russian agent and all this crap. I mean,
they're not going to get her. Tulsi's got a good head on her shoulders. You're not going to trick her up.
Again, another good one.
Yeah. So there's some fun ones. I'm ready to see it happen and get the ball rolling. Get the show on. The show goes on.
Well, the inauguration is happening in 2 days.
Yep.
I don't know if you saw, they moved it inside.
Oh, good.
Which I know we got local people going. I guess that means they're not going to get to see it, or
I don't know.
Unless they've got connections.
I don't know.
If you take it inside the Capitol, there's not going to be a lot.
Very limited.
Yeah.
Which that's what they had. I knew that means there was an active threat that they figured out.
No, it's because it's too cold. That's the
right.
That's the official line. It's so cold outside.
Right. Yeah. Right. Yeah. Got it.
That conspiracy theory is coming out.
Got it. Yeah. Stay tuned for the bonus coverage of Jonathan knows they're full of shit. Like, no, there's an assassination plot. They know they can't stop it. Let's just bring it indoors. Anyway. What more is there to say?
Well, we'll see next week when we meet to record, see who's got confirmed and who they're still holding up, and see what they've already thrown in Trump's way. That's what I'm worried about. All this week, last weeks have gone pretty smooth. Maybe so mad. What Jeffrey say in front of his house? There's nobody on this side of the aisle that is election deniers. It was so funny. I saw a clip of him, and then somebody put it together with a clip of him himself in 2016.
Oh, perfect.
17, calling Trump illegitimate during the confirmation time. And then it went to Hillary Clinton, and it's went on down the line.
Oh, perfect. Yeah,
like,
they all denied.
Oh
it.
yeah, there's nobody on that side out.
Yeah.
Well,
Never.
they deny being election deniers.
Right.
But let's call it a recording. Let's go to the tape.
Right. Yeah, I love that. I love when stuff's on tape and they can just be like, actually, you said this. That's the best. That's the best.
Oh yeah. Who was it a few weeks ago? Somebody was doing that. Well, I don't think that's really what I said. Because let me
they
show
did
you
it to like
this,
Don Lemon or somebody.
They did a few years. Yeah, a few ago.
I saw a recent where they did it to somebody. Yeah.
We didn't have time to get into it. We didn't do a podcast this week, but the ceasefire obviously is supposed to be in place.
Yeah.
I know the inner cabinet. Last I heard, the inner cabinet in Israel had approved it. It went to the full cabinet. I don't see it not getting approved.
Right.
So it's supposed to be done tomorrow.
Oh.
And start 33 is supposed to be released tomorrow, and then there's a timeline. I haven't looked all in details, but
Biden did that on his own.
Yeah, well, that's the whole thing about Lemon, because this has been going back and forth all week.
I can't imagine what the Lemon said.
Biden has been taking credit for it, and Trump's like, yeah, right. And my ultimatum is what made this happen. So of course they've gone back and forth. So Don Lemon had some expert on this lady. I think she's Israeli. I could tell the accent was very thick.
Yeah.
And she made it very clear. I mean, she hates Trump. I mean, she does not like Trump.
Yeah.
She made that very clear. And you could tell. She says, Don, I don't like giving credit to Trump for anything. I like hate the spot. Just said all this stuff. He says, however, on this, I have to admit. And then she laid out the case of why it was Trump.
Yeah.
And Don Lemon kept trying to interrupt her at the end. Like, no, I just can't buy that. No, I can't agree with you on that. Just going on and on. I'm like, dude, you brought her on because she's an expert. You brought her on because you thought you could trust what she was going to say.
Yeah.
And then you are going to stand there and tell her she's wrong.
Right. Yeah, that sounds lemonish to me. Typical old Lemon. Yeah.
So this next week will be interesting to see where we end up at.
Yeah, I'm excited for it. So we'll wrap it up and see where the confirmations lead. And I've got my fingers crossed for a good upcoming week, and we'll see you guys on the flip side.
We'll come back on and update something if anything interesting happens Monday, I guess.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll do it either way. Maybe we can try our new system with Zoom with the mics.
Yeah, we can try that. Yeah. All right. Cool.
Sounds good.
All right.
We will see y'all next week.
Absolutely. When life gets unpredictable, turn to a partner you can trust. At Bobby Clary State Farm, we've got you covered. Whether it's home, auto, or life insurance, we're dedicated to providing personalized coverage that fits your needs. With our friendly and knowledgeable team, navigating your insurance options have never been easier. Visit bobbyclary.com or call 843-438-6000. Bobby Clary State Farm, here to help life go right. Thanks for listening to the Dollars and Cents Podcast with Jonathan the Conspiracy Theorist and Wes the Economist. Don't forget to send us your topics and give us feedback at dollarscentsgs@gmail.com. You can follow us on Instagram and X at dollarscentsgs. You can follow us on Facebook at Dollars and Cents. Listen to us on the podcast format at Dollars and Cents Podcast, and you can also find us on YouTube at the Dollars and Cents Podcast. Are you looking to buy a home in North or South Carolina? You need to reach out to Wave Beach Realty today. We are a family-owned company with over 10 years of experience in North and South Carolina and operate along the Grand Strand. Give us a call today at 843-957-3872. That's 843-957-3872.
Happy New Year, and as we get the year started, let's get your financial picture in focus by getting a budget and getting those spending habits looked at. Reach out to me at coachwestc@gmail.com, and we'll get you off to a good start.